I was lying unconscious on the office floor after working myself past the limit. My parents left me there and flew off with my golden sister. 7 days later, when they came back, a visitor log revealed a secret that changed everything. I was lying on the office floor. The cold marble pressed against my cheek, and the fluorescent light above stabbed straight into my eyes. My breathing was uneven. Someone said, "Is she breathing?" Someone laughed. Then silence. I couldn't move. I could only hear. "Leave her. We're going to miss the flight." That was my mother, Linda Parker, 61, always obsessed with image, always chasing that perfect family look. "Mom, she just passed out." Someone said that was my younger sister, Emma, 27. Blonde hair, golden life, always the center of attention. "Drama," my mother said. "She does this." My father, Richard, 65, always quiet, always in the background, said nothing. I tried to open my eyes. They wouldn't open. "Should we call someone?" My colleague Mark said that. "Security will handle it," my mother replied. "We have a flight." The sound of heels. A zipper closing. A door shutting. I was left there. My name is Sarah Parker, 32, project manager, the one who always heard, "You're not like Emma." The one who built everything on her own. No inheritance, no safety net. And that day, I had worked 18 hours straight, non-stop, because there was a client deadline, because the team was falling apart, because if I didn't carry it, everything would fall on me. And in the end, my body just shut down. When I opened my eyes again, the ceiling had changed. White, clean. A hospital. "Hey," someone said softly. "You're awake." It was a nurse. "Where?" My voice was dry. "St. Mary's." "You collapsed at work." I closed my eyes. "My parents?" The nurse paused. "No one stayed." I let out a small laugh. "Yeah, that sounds right. If you think this is just another family drama, wait, because what I discovered over the next 7 days changed everything. So hit like and subscribe, because trust me, this doesn't end the way you think." "Who brought me here?" I asked. "Security logged it." "Someone signed you out." "Who?" The nurse checked her tablet. "Visitor log says Daniel Reyes." I froze. Daniel, 35, IT supervisor. Quiet, kept to himself. We were never close, just a basic, hello, hi. Why would he? "Do you want me to call him?" the nurse asked. I shook my head. No. 2 days later, I was back home, a small apartment in Austin, Texas. Plain, quiet, safe. My phone was silent. No missed calls, no messages. Then, on the 3rd day, a text came in. "Emma, hey, you okay?" I didn't reply. On the 4th day, my mom called. I ignored it. On the 5th day, a voicemail, "Sarah, we're in Maui. Stop being dramatic. We'll talk when we're back." I put the phone down. This wasn't new. When we were kids, Emma got a new bike. I asked for one too. Mom said, "Girls don't ride like that." In high school, Emma was cheer captain, I was on the honor roll. At dinner, Mom said Emma looked beautiful that day. In college, Emma got a private school, Dad had me take out loans. I asked why not me. Dad said, "We can't afford both." Then Emma's wedding fund started when she was 22. I said, "I need help with rent." Mom said, "You need to be more responsible." The pattern was always there. I just saw it too late. On the 7th day, there was a knock at my door. I opened it. They were standing there, Emma in a white linen dress, sunglasses, phone in hand, all smiles. Behind her, my parents, quiet. Finally, Mom said. You didn't answer your phone. I kept the door half closed. What do you want? Emma gave an awkward smile. We came to check on you. 7 days later. Mom rolled her eyes. We had a trip planned, Sarah. Everything can't revolve around you. I opened the door. Come in. They walked in. Everything was exactly how I'd left it, clean, organized, controlled. Wow, Emma said. You still live like this? Like what? Minimal. I didn't answer. Mom sat down. So, what happened? I collapsed. I know that. Why? I looked at her. Because I worked 18 hours straight. Why would you do that? She asked. I laughed. Because I don't have someone paying my bills. Silence. Dad cleared his throat. Don't start. Mom said, we're here now. I nodded. Yeah, you are. Anyway. Emma said, we brought you something. She pulled out a small bag with Maui printed on it. I didn't take it. Take it, Mom said. Why? Because we thought of you. I looked straight into her eyes. No, you didn't. Silence again. Excuse me. Her tone sharpened. I walked toward the kitchen. Water. Don't change the subject, she snapped. I stopped and turned. I'm not. I placed my hand on the counter. You left me on the floor. Security was there, she said immediately. You didn't even check if I was okay. We had a flight. Exactly, Emma said quietly. It wasn't that serious. I turned to her. I was unconscious. She went silent. Dad spoke for the first time. Sarah, don't. I raised my hand. Just don't. Silence. Then I said, you know what's funny? No one answered. The visitor log. Mom frowned. What about it? I picked up my phone and opened the screenshot. Daniel Reyes signed me out. Emma said, who? Mom waved it off. Probably just someone doing their job. I shook my head. No, that's not how it works. Then what? I placed the phone in front of them. He stayed. 3 hours. Silence. Why? Dad asked quietly. I shrugged. I didn't know either. Did you ask him? Emma said. Not yet. Mom waved her hand again. This is pointless. Some coworker helped. Good for him. I looked at her. Yeah. Good for him. Just then, there was another knock. We all looked at each other. I walked to the door and opened it. Daniel stood there, jeans, hoodie, a brown envelope in his hand. Hey, he said. I froze. Can I come in? He asked. I stepped aside. Yeah. He walked in, looked at my parents, a little awkward. Hi, he said. No response. Daniel, I said. This is my family. He nodded. Nice to meet you, Mom said dryly. You're the one from the log. Yeah, he said. I looked at him. Why? He walked straight toward me and handed me the envelope. Because you weren't supposed to be there. Silence. Meaning? I asked. He said quietly, that collapse wasn't random. The room froze. Mom let out a short laugh. Are you serious right now? Daniel looked at her. Yes. Explain, I said. He sat at the edge of the couch. I monitor internal systems, emails, logs, access. Okay. 3 days before you collapsed, someone changed your workload assignments. I narrowed my eyes. What? Your tasks doubled, then tripled. Deadlines moved up. That happens, I said. He shook his head. Not like this. It was manual. Silence. Who? I asked. He paused, then looked at Emma. Her. The room went still. Excuse me. Emma shouted. Your login was used, Daniel said. Multiple times. That's impossible, Mom said. Emma jumped in. I've never even been in her office system. Daniel opened the envelope and pulled out printouts, IP logs, access times, task modifications. I took the papers. Every line. Emma, I looked at her. Why? That's fake, she said. This is crazy. Answer me, I said. Because, she stopped, then laughed nervously. This is ridiculous. Daniel added quietly, you also emailed her supervisor. I looked up. What? He flipped the page. Anonymous complaint. She can't handle pressure. She's unstable. My breath caught. Are you kidding me right now? I said. Emma's voice cracked. I didn't. Stop, I said. Just stop. Mom jumped in. This is some kind of misunderstanding. I looked at her. Is it? Silence. Emma's eyes had no tears, just calculation. Then she said quietly, I needed the promotion. The room went silent. Your company is expanding, she said. I replied. They said you were ahead. I didn't speak. So you tried to break me? I asked. She shrugged. It's just work. I laughed. Just work. Mom said, Emma, you didn't. Mom, stop, she snapped. It's not like she died. Silence. That was the moment. Something inside me settled. Okay, I said. Okay. Emma repeated. I nodded. Yeah. Okay. I looked at Daniel. Thank you. He nodded. You deserve to know. I'll take it from here, I said. He stood up, walked to the door, then paused. By the way, he said, your boss already saw this. I froze. What? Anonymous tip, he said. Same logs. He left. Door closed. Silence. You should probably sit down for this, I said quietly. Emma said, what now? I picked up my phone and opened the email. Subject, promotion decision, effective immediately. I read it out loud. Due to recent findings, we are restructuring leadership. Sarah Parker will assume the director role. Silence. Emma's face drained. No. I looked at her. Yeah. Mom said, this is unfair. I raised my hand. We're done here. Emma shouted, you set me up. I laughed. Funny how that works. She stepped closer. You think you won? I didn't think, I said. I just showed up. Dad looked at me directly for the first time. I'm sorry. I looked at him. A long pause. Too late. Mom said, we're still family. Are we? I asked. No answer. I walked to the door and opened it. They hesitated. Now, I said. They left. Emma was last. She looked at me. This isn't over. It is for me, I said. Door closed. Silence. I took a deep breath. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello, Miss Parker. A woman said, yes, this is HR. There's something else you should know. I closed my eyes. Go ahead. Your sister wasn't the only one involved. I froze. What? Your mother. She forwarded the complaint. My breath stopped. Signed as, concerned parent, she said. Send me everything, I said quietly. Already did. Call ended. I set the phone down. A laugh escaped me. Soft, but real. Nothing was random. It never was. A week later, I was sitting in my new office. Glass walls, clean desk. I had control and clarity. Someone asked me, do you miss them? I thought about it. Then I said, I missed the version I made up. Pause. The real ones? Not even a little. If you think they got exactly what they deserved, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and tell me in the comments, what would you have done?